Everyone loves a great liminal space. Liminal spaces can make you feel very nostalgic, but sometimes it's the opposite of that. They just have that eerie, nostalgic, weird feeling to them. But does Gorilla Tag have any liminal spaces itself? That's why in today's video, I'm going to be making liminal spaces by taking pictures and editing them around Gorilla Tag. Let's go search for our first stop. Our first stop is just going to be right outside to forest. Whenever I look at it, it just gives this eerie feeling. So now we're just going to take a picture of that. Okay, here's the shot I want to get. Alright, now that we have our first picture, let's go edit it. Editor Ali here. I am voicing over the photo for the gazebo. As you can see, I messed up on the first one. I forgot to put a layer with the black shading or the paint, whatever you call it. I did a blur, and then I added I made it bigger so that it looked lighter. I added some flare at first, but I didn't want to do that anymore. I just searched up more reference pictures to give me an idea, and after that I just looked through the pictures. As I saw more of the pictures, they had like blue, pink, and orange lighting that was a little bit their opacity was very, very light. So I made this picture a little bit pink with more dim, like very, very light pink lighting, and added more shading on the top of it to make it look darker. I was trying different things, you know, to add to the camera that made it look better, and after that I just deleted it because it didn't look that good. But then I added more shading on the side, messed up a little bit at times, but I just put all of the shading all over. And after that, it looked like a really good liminal space that was pretty eerie. And there you have it, the liminal gazebo picture. Hope you guys liked the first picture. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, let's head to our next stop, which is going to be City. Now, City is like the least scariest place in my opinion, but it does have some great spots. There's a lot of spots that we can take liminal pictures. This next spot is gonna be behind these stores. And as you can see, it's very lit up out here and it looks very bright. But once we go back here, that's where things start to change. I think the spot looks very scary, so we're just gonna change the FOV a little bit, position the camera, and take our picture. Alright, so now that we have taken our pictures, let's go edit it. So for this eerie alleyway effect for the liminal space, I put a tint of yellow on it and also shaded the background, not the lighting part to make it look and stand out, but I did shade everything else black on the outside to give it that really eerie alleyway feeling and that realistic look. And that is the second liminal space picture. I think this one turned out great. Let me know what you think. Bro, not gonna lie, being alone making this video is kind of creepy. The next spot is over here. This is very, very scary. Bro, this is such a liminal space. Look how scary this looks. Alright, now let's take the picture. For this one, I totally forgot to record me putting on the shading and the yellow lens on the picture. Sorry about that, but it still looks like a liminal space even without the shading. Here's the final product anyways. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting already chills just looking at this, so we're just gonna get out of here. Alright, let's now go to our next stop. Alrighty, so our next stop is gonna be in the arcade, and as you can see, it's a happy place, but once we add the editing, it will look much more Alright, and here is our next stop with the vending machines. Alright, now let's go back to editing. So for this picture, I did a pink tint, a very light pink tint onto the picture, and I also did some shading with some black on the sides. I also added some tints of yellow to make it have that vintage effect. And there is the final product of the arcade machines. I hope you guys like this one. Now let's move on to the vending machines in the arcade. So to make this photo, I made it look like a VHS tape and sharpened it a lot to give it that contrast look, tinted it blue, and also added a lot of shading on the picture to make it look very eerie. And there you have it, the final product of the arcade vending machines. It looks so VHS type and vintage. It gives it that creepy, eerie feeling to the photo, which I love. If you guys want a part 2, I'll go down into mines, but right now I'm really scared and don't want to go down there by myself, so we're not gonna go there in this video. Let's say if this video gets to about okay, if this video gets 50 likes, I'll do a part 2 and I'll have to go down in the caves by myself, which I didn't do in this video, but if you want me to, let me know. Alright, the next stop we're gonna go to is the soccer field, but before we go to the field, I'm gonna take a picture in this hallway because as you can see, it just looks liminal. Alright, let's now go down to the field. Alright, so here we are now at the field. I kind of don't want to go and head down there, so I'm just gonna take a picture from here. Alright, now let's take our picture. Alright, now let's go edit those as well. So for the hallway going down to the field, I added a lot of yellow tinted shading onto it. Not a very dark shading, as you can see I messed up the first time, but a very light shading. And I also put some light shading of tint of yellow on this light to make it look like a spotlight and the only lonely light inside the hallway. I added a lot of shading. This one I messed up on, but I got it right the second time and added just a little bit of shading to make it look very tinted and spooky. And there you have it, the hallway down to the field. It's not as spooky as it was supposed to be, but it's okay. It still looks like a liminal space and it gives an eerie vibe. Alrighty, the soccer field. I had to search up a lot of inspiration for this one since I didn't really know what to do and what color to make the overlay and how the picture was gonna look. So I just started with a yellow tint overlay over it to look like an actual old camera, you know, kind of vintage look to it. I also added some shadow to the sides and made it more dark. And there you have it, the final product of the field liminal space. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now let's move out to the outro. Alright, that's about it. Wow, that is a very scary shot right there. This is just a liminal space by just looking at it in the back. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys would like a part 2, let me know and get this video to 50 likes. Let me know down in the comments which photo was your favorite. And until then, I will see you later, alligators. Peace.